heart of the quaint town of Meadowbrook, where autumn painted the landscape in hues of gold and crimson, a once idyllic pumpkin patch harbored an unearthly secret. As the moon cast an ominous glow upon the fields, the pumpkins ripened with an unnatural fervor, ready to birth beings that defied the laws of nature. Legend spoke of an ancient curse, whispered among the town's elders in hushed tones. It foretold a night when the pumpkin patch would come alive, birthing creatures with heads of pumpkins and bodies, woven from the very vines that sprawled across the fields. That night arrived with a spectral fog that clung to the air, heralding the awakening of the supernatural entities. As the clock struck midnight, the pumpkins split open, revealing beings that emanated an otherworldly luminescence. Their eyes glowed with an eerie light, and tendrils of vines extended from their bodies, forming limbs that moved with an unsettling grace. The town, shrouded in an aura of foreboding, was about to witness a harvest unlike any before. The beings, known as the Vinkin, emerged from the pumpkin patch and began to roam the streets with an ethereal purpose. Meadowbrook, once a haven of tranquility, now echoed with the rustling of vines and the faint whispers of an ancient curse. Fear gripped the hearts of the townspeople as they witnessed the inexplicable spectacle unfolding before their eyes. The Vinkin, however, were not malevolent. Instead, they seemed driven by a mysterious force, weaving through the town with an enigmatic intent. The townspeople, torn between terror and curiosity, cautiously observed as the pumpkin-headed entities approached specific homes and landmarks. As dawn approached, the Vinkin returned to the pumpkin patch, their purpose fulfilled. The townspeople awoke to find the pumpkin patch once again serene, as if the spectral events of the night were but a dream. Yet, the air bore the lingering traces of an otherworldly presence, leaving the town forever changed. Hollow Harvest became the local folklore, a tale whispered from generation to generation. The mysterious Vinkin, guardians of an ancient secret, continued their nocturnal harvest, forever bound to the pumpkin patch that birthed them. And so, in the heart of Meadowbrook, the cycle of the supernatural persisted, concealed beneath the veneer of an autumn night's enchantment. The townspeople, having witnessed the spectral beings emerge each year, learned to coexist with the mysterious entities that dwelled within the pumpkin patch. However, one curious soul dared to unravel the enigma shrouding the origin of the supernatural harvest. Eleanor Wainwright, a young botanist fascinated by the occult, delved into the town's archives and consulted ancient tomes in search of clues. Her research led her to an old diary written by the town's founding matriarch, Matilda Holloway. The diary contained cryptic entries describing a pact with nature, forged under the light of the harvest moon. As Eleanor deciphered the pages, a revelation unfolded. Matilda, a wise woman with a deep connection to the earth, had made a pact with an ancient spirit to ensure the prosperity of Meadowbrook. In return for the well-being of the town, the spirit infused the very essence of the harvest into the pumpkin patch, giving birth to the Vinkin as guardians of this mystical covenant. Driven by an insatiable curiosity, Eleanor sought to commune with the spirit herself. On the night of the next harvest moon, she ventured into the pumpkin patch, guided by the eerie glow emanating from the ripe pumpkins. The air crackled with an otherworldly energy as she approached the heart of the supernatural field. Standing beneath the looming harvest moon, Eleanor felt a presence envelop her, a force that transcended the boundaries between the earthly and the arcane. The spirit, ancient and wise, manifested before her in a spectral form. It spoke of balance and harmony, of a pact that bound the town to the cycles of nature. Eleanor, humbled by the encounter, realized the significance of the Vinkin's annual pilgrimage. The beings were not mere guardians. They were emissaries of an age-old covenant, ensuring the prosperity and protection of Meadowbrook through the ages. The pumpkins, infused with the spirit's magic, carried the life force that sustained the town. As dawn approached, Eleanor emerged from the pumpkin patch, enlightened by the revelations of the harvest moon. She shared her findings with the townspeople, fostering a newfound understanding and appreciation for the mysterious entities that graced their land. The Vinkin continued their nocturnal procession, undisturbed by the curious eyes that now regarded them with respect and gratitude. The pumpkin patch, once a source of fear, became a sacred ground where the town's fate intertwined with the veins of the harvest moon, ensuring the eternal prosperity of Meadowbrook. And so, the secret of the supernatural harvest lived on, guarded by those who understood the delicate dance between the earthly and the arcane. In the quiet town of Seabrook, nestled between rolling hills and dense forests, an ominous presence descended upon the unsuspecting populace. It started as a distant hum, a mere whisper on the breeze, but soon transformed into a relentless nightmare, the relentless swarm of killer bees. The first signs were subtle. A few residents reported unusually aggressive bees, their buzzing carrying a malevolent tone. As the days passed, the swarm grew in both size and ferocity, casting an ever-present shadow over Seabrook. Panic spread like wildfire, and the once tranquil town became a battleground against the winged onslaught. No one understood the origin of this apocalyptic swarm. Theories emerged, ranging from a cursed hive hidden deep in the woods to a supernatural force controlling the bees. Fear permeated every corner of Seabrook as the relentless buzzing echoed through the streets, drowning out even the bravest whispers. Amelia Turner, a local entomologist with a fascination for the mysterious, took it upon herself to uncover the truth behind the deadly phenomenon. Armed with protective gear and a determination to unravel the enigma, she ventured into the heart of the swarm. The once thriving town now resembled a ghostly landscape, its residents seeking refuge indoors, barricading themselves against the ceaseless assault. Amelia's journey led her through deserted streets and abandoned homes until she reached the outskirts of Seabrook, where the buzzing reached a deafening crescendo. There, at the epicenter of the swarm, she discovered an ancient tree, its branches teeming with colossal beehives. The air quivered with an otherworldly energy, and the bees seemed almost sentient, responding to an unseen force. As she approached the tree, the buzzing momentarily ceased, and a spectral figure emerged, a guardian spirit intertwined with the swarm. The entity revealed itself as the protector of nature, disturbed by the encroachment of humanity into sacred grounds. In its wrath, it summoned the killer bees to defend the sanctity of the land. Amelia, humbled by the revelation, pleaded for mercy on behalf of the town. Recognizing her genuine respect for the balance of nature, the guardian spirit agreed to spare Seabrook under one condition: the townspeople must pledge to coexist harmoniously with the environment. Amelia conveyed the pact to the remaining residents, and a newfound understanding dawned upon Seabrook. The once vicious swarm transformed into a symbol of nature's delicate balance, reminding the townspeople to tread lightly on the earth. In time, Seabrook recovered from the ordeal, its residents living in harmony with the guardian spirit, and the once menacing swarm now serving as a reminder of the consequences of disrupting the equilibrium between humanity and the supernatural forces that watch over the natural world. As the days unfolded, Seabrook embraced a new reality, one intricately woven with the symbiotic dance between its inhabitants and the ethereal guardian. The townspeople, once gripped by fear, now lived in awe of the mystical connection they shared with the swarm of killer bees. A communal pact was forged under the old oak tree where the guardian spirit resided. The people of Seabrook pledged to tread lightly on the land, nurturing rather than exploiting its resources. The guardian, satisfied with their sincerity, extended its benevolent influence, and the swarm transformed into protectors of the town. Over time, the townspeople developed a unique bond with the bees. They learned to communicate through subtle gestures and shared energies. Children, once frightened by the buzzing creatures, now played joyfully among them, and the bees reciprocated with a gentle hum, a harmonious melody that echoed through the streets of Seabrook. As the seasons changed, so did the nature of the relationship. The bees became an integral part of daily life, aiding in pollination and ensuring abundant harvests for the community. Seabrook flourished, becoming a beacon of coexistence between the supernatural and the mundane. Amelia, forever connected to the guardian spirit, assumed the role of mediator between the two worlds. She dedicated herself to maintaining the delicate equilibrium, ensuring that the people of Seabrook honored their commitment to nature. Her entomological expertise merged seamlessly with spiritual wisdom as she guided the town through the cycles of life and growth. One day, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting an amber glow over Seabrook, the guardian spirit manifested in the form of a spectral figure. It beckoned Amelia to the ancient tree, where the roots intertwined with the very essence of the swarm. There, the guardian bestowed upon her a gift, a small, intricately carved wooden amulet infused with supernatural energy. "This amulet," whispered the guardian, "holds the key to maintaining the delicate balance. Keep it close, and let its vibrations guide you in times of uncertainty." Amelia, humbled by the sacred trust bestowed upon her, accepted the amulet with gratitude. From that moment on, the amulet became a symbol of the town's commitment to the guardian spirit and a reminder of their intertwined destinies. Seabrook, once touched by fear and uncertainty, now stood as a testament to the extraordinary possibilities that arise when humanity and the supernatural embrace each other with respect and understanding. The swarm of killer bees, once a harbinger of doom, had become a symbol of coexistence, a living legacy etched into the heart of Seabrook for generations to come.